Señoras y señores, hoy pretendo subir y jugar bastante. Tengo que subir todos los personajes principales a nivel 50, 55 o 60, si es que se puede. Tengo bastante, tengo hasta al 50, 50 es el 40. Este me sirve bastante. Ella me sirve solamente porque puedo jugar con Bárbara y sacar buenas combinaciones, como congelar a la gente y bueno, cosas así. Una flechita. También tengo un poco de tiro, acá ataque de fuego.
Pero cosas que se pueden hacer bastante bien, bastante fáciles.
Y después obviamente mi personaje principal, que literalmente redondeando. Opa. ¿Qué pasará si me meto acá justo y me cae un rayo? Tipo, moriré. Por lindo sería que esté lloviendo así ahora. Fuego. No me la conté que no se quema. Para la lluvia, qué poronga. Lluvia de mierda. No ve nada.
Let's dance.
Sí,
Look at it sparkle.
Oh. Sí. Vamos a matar a esto de acá. Hola. Más rana. Bueno, opa. Venga, con papi. Ve. Se la hace posible. Dale. Fuímonos.
A reward on the road. Windblade.
¿Le saco cuánto? 1200, dice.
Be gone.
Dale. Esto no termino todavía. Vamos a hacerle la futurística, mira. Y un va. Bueno, vamos a hacer un par de misiones. Vamos a hacer estas 4. Esta no se puede hacer, está re complicada, pero bueno. Vamos a hacer estas 4. Y después de estas 4 vamos a empezar a hacer misiones de arconte y demás. Primero vamos a ir por la que está más cerca, así que... Esta es puta. Bueno, ¿para dónde hay que ir? A ver. Pa' acá. Está re lejos. Igual tengo una cerca, por suerte, tipo, tengo 2 misiones en el mismo punto. Saca la 16, pone todo para la... Bien. Pin, 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 pin. Oh, ven. Vení para acá. Eso, eso. Vamos a ver.
Ta-ta-ta! I'm a rock!
Ah, creo que si pongo
Let the
agua, se
show
congela
begin.
sola, ¿no? Mira que...
Yeah!
Ahí.
Boing, boing, boom!
Buenas gracias y mucho
Prepare to
gusto.
be blown away! Ha!
Perfecto. Wow, entonces arreglé esto. Epa, ahí falta uno. Ah, no, está bien. Tolón, 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 tolón. Hola. Adiós.
Windblade! Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Bollo. Bollo.
Let's dance!
Vale, se cura más. Hola. Ay. Ahí. Pero ahí no va, estoy marcándote. Ya, no. Voy yo. ¿Qué pasó, what the fuck?
Can't handle your drink. Windblade.
Se murió solito. Ahora vamos a ir a... este de acá. Está lloviendo, lloviendo, lloviendista. Bueno, que llueva, que llueva, que llueva, que llueva. Que llueva, que llueva, la vieja está en la cueva, los pajaritos cantan, la vieja se levanta, que sí. Sería bueno este. Ah, me quemo. Esos. Morido. Llegué y murieron. Sigo siempre la seguridad. Vamos a ir ahora por la más cercana que vendría siendo esta. ¿Dónde está? Acá. Bueno. No quiero caminar. Me teletransporto y es más rápido. O sea, si carga rápido, como ahora, es mejor. Se me escapó.
Let's go, let's go.
Un poco de madera. Habla con su... No, pues yo no quiero hacer madera, ¿me entiendes?
Boing, boing.
Hola. ¿En serio? No, yo no quiero hacer varias misiones, quiero hacer una. Ah. Me he pegado hoy. Tengo uno acá adelante, ¿verdad? O le tengo que matar a ese que está ahí adelante. No, el que está ahí, ese. Decime que sí. No, tengo que ir hasta allá.
I want to go home.
Buah, tengo que irme hasta allá. Fua, no puedo ir caminando. O sea... Porque estamos por debajo de la montaña, no quiero pasar, va a haber mucha morición ahí. Vamos teletransportando, no, rapidito. Ya llegué, mira. ¿Dónde? Como que derrota a los intrusos espectaculares. De tu madre, pelotudo. Estúpido, mentalizado. No, no. Bueno, la cuenta de 1, 2, 3. ¡Ah!
Dumpty Dumpty Go! Be gone!
Yo te ya como... Un repollo. Anida ahí en eso, ¿no? Vamos, un poco de trigo. Buenísimo. Pum, chacalaca, pum. Me pones una letra por el que me parece la palabra, no te lo pido la palabra, le pido con el día para agarremos, que hay que hacer nada, nada. Que hay que hacer nada, siento que escala más rápido con esta gatita. Con Diana. ¿Qué Diana? Ni qué Diana, se llama Diana. Voy a quemar la puta madre. Conchales, ¿no? Vamos a hacer un poco de harina. Digo, un poco de carne. Perfecto. Vamos a hacer salchichas. Vamos a hacer pescado. Vamos a hacer harina. Bueno, ahora sí lo voy a poner porque no quiero. Perfecto. Y un poco de azúcar. Listo, perfecto. ¿Para qué estarán diciendo? Pues no lo sé. Joder, me tengo que ir a esos 3 lugares. Tengo que ir al pie de la montaña, a la ladera y a la ciudad. Como que solo menos cuánto, pero ahora sí puedo hacer el trabajo así en la pantalla. Hija de tu madre, puto. ¿Cómo quería que lo mate a esos pibes? Tal vez me dijo mientras estaba hablando y yo no lo escuché. Soy re boludo. Ahí. What the fuck. Bueno, me queda ese. Tengo... pues acá. Perfecto. Son las 13:13. Entre más me la más que se... Wow. Dejó de llover, qué caca. Boom.
Let the show begin. I'm here.
Wow. Que vayan así y la...
Dumpty Dumpty Go!
¿Cuántos no se murieron? ¿Qué nivel son? Ah, se murieron todos. Hola. Vení para acá. empacar. No, se me apagó el juego.
Boing, boing, boom!
Hola.
Ha! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sí, sí, sí. Ahí, ahí.
I'll protect us.
¿Máscara de qué era esto? Las semillas traídas por el viento destruirán con el tiempo. Ok. Estaban bailando esta tuerta. What is that? Bueno, ahora vamos a irnos acá primero. Vamos a ir acá. Toki, 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 toki. Hacemos toki, toki, el toki. ¿Cuánto tenemos? Cónchate tu madre. Bueno, ahora vamos a... Esta no, porque esta no me... Esta es muy difícil. Pero estas ya son cosas legendarias y misiones que se tienen que hacer. Así que vamos a empezar con... la que está más cerca, obviamente. Concha de tu madre. Ya. Ahí está. Me rasco el pie. Perfecto, Virgilio. Ahora vengo, compa. Espérame.
Let's dance.
Vamos a esperarnos un poco.
Add
Astra,
Astra.
Abstract. Sí, sí, chúpame el pie.
Thank you for completing today's...
Ah, thank you for complete la concha de tu madre. Opa, nada de conchas, no.
Add Astra.
Bueno, vamos a enviar la expedición a mis dos compatriotas. Perfecto. Ahora sí, no, ahí no era. Rezan. Nada, no rezamos. Así que no, una porquería. Aunque 65 no. Sigamos.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that can...
Permiso, quiero ver qué tenés. Adiós. Whoop up. Voy a seguir el día.
Looks like Timaeus isn't here today.
El día de hoy.
Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No. Just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant.
Sacaros.
If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Oh.
Me enamoré, chicos. Ya.
Huh? Do I look nervous?
Ay, esa carita, qué linda.
My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory, where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Over there. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey! Aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close.
Ah, ya me tienen.
What do you mean, research?
Observarla, sí me quieren hacer
Sorry,
cosas.
don't mind me. Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all. There's that name again, Albedo! Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Tomei. But Paimon's only ever seen Tomea's teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher? Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important break. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to solve the most Wow! Paimon didn't know he was... Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out.
Bueno, pero sigamos. Algo de todo un caballero y finalmente te recompensará por ayudarlo. Puede hacerme más fuerte, puede hacerme más fuerte. No, a mí.
I don't see why not.
Bueno, a Paimon también,
Testing
pero
the
Paimon
limits of living beings' capabilities
no veo
is
por
one
qué
of
no
Albedo's
después de
areas
todo
of
poder
research,
hablar
after
de la
all.
capacidad de los seres
Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a... Sorry. That's the best I can do. Hey, stop worrying. We got this.
Perfecto.
Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous when she gets talking about
Espina
alchemy and
dragón,
research,
tengo que ir hasta
huh?
allá. Aunque no revisé mucho, ahí siempre hay muchas cosas por lo que entendí. ¿Dónde era espina dragón? Acá. Bueno, supongo que si me marcas ahí, porque ahí. Entonces
Anyway,
ahí.
let's go and look for Albedo.
Albedo. El que te dejo el culo abierto. Ya, boludo. Ay, me duele la muñeca, la concha de tu madre. Joel. El hermano de Joel. ¿Dónde era? Jo, jo, jo. International.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
But this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all...
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the...
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think... But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? But Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
¿Qué dijo? No me importa lo que piensen de mí. Andando me gustaría sobre que me entreguen. Chúpame la verga.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with
Yo la
elemental
tengo, pero
sight.
ni siquiera tengo mejorada porque la verdad son poronga. No es tan poronga, pero son poronga. Ya. Que me caiga hasta que me morí. Aprendemos un poquito de todo. Pues no, y chila.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
I will end you.
Cocinar.
La la la. Yeah.
Let's end this quickly.
Windblade.
This is true.
Yeah.
This was well done.
Blazing delight.
Mierda, me dice.
You need to hurry up.
Fine, move.
No, no te pongas a cocinar, estúpido. Bueno, después vamos a agarrar todo lo que ya se hizo. Perfecto. Perfecto. Vamos a los pescados. Vamos a no. Ah, se ponía ese. Ok.
Pew pew. Let the show begin. Look at you, Boozound.
¿Pero qué lo ves?
Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
I slipped up.
Dale, está un poquito vos.
Yeah.
This isn't good.
Ahora te mato.
Ready, steady, go!
Well done.
I'll protect us.
You need to hurry up.
I'm a rock.
Roasted fry.
Prepare to be blown away.
¿Cómo mierda te subiste hasta ahí? ¿Cómo? Baja. Baja con baja. Baja, bien, baja.
Cook this through.
Ah, yo no tenía que matarlos. Tenía que seguir esa cosa oveja esa. Ah, yo no sabía. Bueno, vamos a hacernos comida porque me estoy por... Oh, pasé bastante comida. Nah, que mentira, no sé nada. Perfecto, muy bien. No tengo COVID, nada más estoy estornudando porque podía dormir con el ventilador prendido y bueno. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Cómo alimento una banda eso?
Boing, boing, boing. Let the show begin. It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time
Ah,
ago.
pero es bajo, boludo.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Fueron por ahí, no hablo así, bueno, también. ¿Cómo que ofrecer? What the fuck? Ya tengo otro. No sabía que tenía ya otros días, boludo. Seguidores. Sí, por ahí, ah, pero la puta madre.
Windblade! Jumpy Dumpty Go! Ha! Be gone! Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in... Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture first.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished. I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
No.
Wow, look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct in the cyclical lives of such primitive communities. Such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work.
Hold your horses. Something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm. We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin?
Whoa! You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a for example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much...
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure... Time for a change of surroundings. We should be...
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Wow, estoy por morir. Perfecto. Wow, ya me tengo que ir, wow. Chaval, que flipo en colores.
has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know. But I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? That more interesting?
To be a delicious fruit? Dinner's on me.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that... Fascinating. And this floating child is... connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder... did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick. Or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself.
Bueno, acá está mi método, mira. Hago así. Vengo por acá. Los atraigo y le hago la matraca también, mira. Bueno, eso no está en parte del juego. Soy un auto.
Windblade!
Dumpy Dumpty Go!
Great work. Did you feel anything out of... If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the
Internal flow? How do you...
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. Nobody...
And in the,
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's... Let's keep our eyes open.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Protect us.
Que la nada todo el mundo quiere unirse conmigo. Llegamos.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction.
Es el campamento de arena, vacío de la ese macho. Este es mi campamento de arena, la poción de la moneda.
While we are waiting, have a look over here.
Aquí. ¿Qué miro? ¿Qué miro? No sé quién es.
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime?
Wow, mira cuánta información.
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have vision. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in...
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregis vine, or even a wildflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
A ver, escúchame, compa. Antes de empezar, si me muero, te rompo el culo del otro lado. Puta, ¿dónde estás? Ay, acá está. Yo me estoy quemando.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, but if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drink some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you.
Oh.
In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are them. But a peculiar person, they don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregis vine, or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Oh, having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form? Now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was... That's the spirit! Mr. Albedo, say something!
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to... prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Chúpame el pito. Ah, mi objetivo es inspeccionar la mesa. Buenísimo. Listo.
Here comes
tómate el
Albedo!
tiempo.
Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate, but worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any... unique? I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert... Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Si lo llega a mover, te juro que me levanto de la verga.
That was your best effort?
What's
Dale.
with the disappointment? Isn't that like...
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have... Anyway.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad...
Not only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with, and...
Paimon bets you're just hungry. That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good buddies are always on the same...
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe to make...
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the
That was
willpower
fast.
thing again.
Looking forward to take...
No lo tengo.
Where does he get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
¿Qué tengo que hacer? Bueno, vamos a hacer un salteado con no sé qué mierda y no sé qué mierda. A ver. Ahí está el pescado. Perfecto. El pescado, ¿dónde está el pescado? Pescado. ¿Este era? Pescado salteado con mantequilla. Me falta azúcar. Pescado con mantequilla para el Necesito... Puta madre. Bueno. Ahora venga el Albedo, Aunque tal vez tenga las flores acá, a ver. Ahora venga el Albedo. Voy a irme al medio del monte. Vamos a revisar el monte. Adiós. Pero yo de dónde mierda voy a conseguir esas flores. Joder, que era esta. Nah, imposible. Tengo que ir a un lugar ya y cocinar. Ya acabo de hacer. Para cocinar no hay nada. Pobre. Siempre en lugares de no encuentro ni uno. Wow. Vamos hasta acá. Vamos acá. Solo esto. A ver si era esto. Pescado de salteado con este era así. Está bien, de paso vamos a hacer más comida. No sé. Este es siempre con ese. ¿Con qué es eso? Con ese raro. Perfecto. Acá tenemos rabanito. Ese rabanito raro. Sí, sí. No, no tengo un poroto. Vamos a comprarle full tomate. Ese por el tomate. Vamos a comprarle mucha sal, porque la sal siempre... Vamos a comprarle ahí. Ahí. Un poco de cebolla ahí, un poquito. Un poquito de leche. Los pollos siempre ahí, va bien. La papa, a lo mejor cae la papa. Ay, el bicho, el bicho, ay, el bicho. ¿Me puedo dejar de quemar?
The neighboring nation of Leland has the most
Bueno, termino de jugar y apago directo. Voy a comer y después vuelvo. Obvio. Obvio, obvio. A ver.
Look at the little white snowflakes dancing in the wind, to and fro, and oh, isn't it beautiful? Come on, sit with me. Watch.
That was fast.
Sí, tu mamá está re buena. Dale, coma, coma, señora, coma.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Unless...
We just didn't...
Not to worry. And here's your...
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the whole experiment. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong. But anyway...
Hey! You were being nice a second ago, but you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends too, right? Good...
yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. They were all I managed to
Paimon's barely...
Don't worry if you had. I must have...
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah!
Como que experimento número 2, ¿cuántos experimentos son? Dale. El mundo... Pero lee... Déjame leer. Bueno. Acá hay uno.
This must be electrohypostasis powder. Huh, I'm here. The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy, right? This is...
Goodness. You managed to find... I'm wondering... This elemental site... This is what allowed...
Yep. Guess it does sort of count as...
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
Bueno, no sé qué tengo.
We failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just beginning. In essence, the differences between humans are reflected in our... Looking out from where we're standing, can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then? So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into a million fragments? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with an experiment. I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
¿Terminé?
thing the vial's so
No
strong.
terminé. Espero de otra lado y dirígete luego de la 100 metros todavía. ¿Qué? Ah, pero me tengo que ir hasta allá. Wow. Último, meta. Bueno, gracias. No, se vaya. ¿Entendelo? Ahí. Dale, pega igual. ¿Y ahora?
You want it?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research. Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
No sé qué mierda tengo que hacer.
Wait a minute! While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh!
La vamos a hacer de
Can't
vuelta.
Paimon said anything.
La vamos a hacer de vuelta, la vamos a hacer de vuelta.
Without limitations, we complete tasks. Some of us would... No matter what choice
No
you make,
sabía,
it's all a
literalmente
part
me
of the
dijo y
experiment. Then if you would,
ni
please.
sabía. Ya, metele matraca, metele matraca, dale. Se me desintegró la cula.
Great work. I've never seen a performance. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking it.
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civil. If the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall be able to make it the innumerable possibilities that this could present.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual gold, petrified trees, a sun, the essence of the I'm willing to... All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly trails? Because you got to see something new and interesting in the...
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will... Now, before we head back to the campsite, follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Dijiste que era el último, mejor que sea el último porque te parto el cráneo. ¿Dónde? 400 metros. Oh, fuá. Tengo que ir hasta allá. A correr. ¿No te querías ir un poco más lejos? Ese truco tanque. No, no, mira. Ah, a ver. Recargar un poco de speed. Jugando.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore... There are 2 puzzles. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action.
Alex me dijo algo y yo no escuché, Resuelve el rompecabezas.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
1, 2, todo un círculo. Empieza por ahí. Lo tengo que hacer. Entiendo.
La la la.
No, la verdad es que no entiendo.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Ya que estamos acá de paso, vamos a agarrar el... God. Bien, ahora que toca hacer acá. Falta uno. Dame, mamá. Tu mierda, se me falló. Estoy diciendo que no puedes subir. Concha de tu madre. Se va a ir hasta acá de vuelta el pedo. No me va a subir.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm... Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look.
Oh, millions.
What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but there's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable seems like if you want the reward, you gotta...
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively. The little reward I can... Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all... Unless you can think of anything better to do, let's...
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
¿Querés pelear?
You didn't leave them...
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been... I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? Drinking anonymous potions? Participating in all kinds of strange... I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps, You were colluding from the beginning.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it! And anyway, he didn't even use it!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are...
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose... Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me...
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind.
Después vamos a ir con el video. Ahora voy a comer porque me estoy cansando. Así que nos vemos en el próximo episodio.